Again. And happy Thursday, everybody, and welcome to episode 42 of El Pinche Podcast. Today we have an amazing, fantastic, ridiculously handsome guest, Ben Girdler. Did I say that right?
You did. I'm impressed.
Damn. There we go. Welcome to the show, sir.
Thank you, sirs.
What's cracking lacking?
Man, just chilling after a good day at work and getting to hang out with some cool people.
Nice. You're a Vermont State Trooper, right?
Spurbury Police.
Spurbury
Police.
Okay. Yeah, that's
Nice.
great. Yeah.
Are you just coming off rotation, or what's your day look like right now?
I just switched back to a day shift, but I do office work now. I'm a lieutenant, so 90% of my stuff is in the office, and I'm like 7:30 to 4.
I definitely want to dive into that more, just figuring out what like a lieutenant does. I know it sounds
if
like
you figure out what a lieutenant does, can you let me know, and I can keep up.
I'll respect all the lieutenants out there.
First lieutenant, I'll get you lost on land nav and do paperwork.
And make sure you call him sir.
I'll document it well.
Please don't.
Sir.
Sir.
Doctor.
Sir. Doctor.
Doctor. Hey, why aren't you saluting? Attention on deck. Attention on deck.
I give my wife a police ID so she can get into the gate. It's like, do you know who my husband is? Just kidding.
Oh, I was going to say no way.
No, it's not as bad as the military bases.
Yeah. So tell me about those glasses you guys wear, because they're pretty
Which
like
ones?
amazing.
Like,
those big glasses. I've seen them.
Oh, like some of the guys.
Are those
like the
standard
pit,
issue?
No,
or?
they're not. Like some guys like the Pit Boss, man.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is. I'm more of an Oakley guy for the most part. Like,
Oh, okay.
just the
Keep it classic.
regular person glasses, I guess.
Yeah. Oh. Yeah.
Let me save the big ones for the beach.
Oh, you mean these?
Let me see something like this.
These are like beach glasses,
let's see.
man. That's
Really?
Like, that's
those are pretty
lightning
rad.
bolts too.
Yeah, those are rad.
I feel like white
look at
lightning
that.
bolts are frowned on in my profession nowadays.
I would not argue with him pulling me over. I'd be like, yeah, you're right.
If I'm wearing these glasses, you're getting a ticket, 100%.
Exactly. I'm not talking my way out of this.
You can tell if you're getting a ticket based on their glasses and or their haircut.
Yeah.
Like these glasses or like the old school like half frame Oakleys, you're getting a ticket.
Oh yeah.
100%.
It's done.
Yeah.
All right. So we typically start the show with having our guest share something about their day that was good.
Good. Tell us something good.
Jocko Willing.
Hey, if it's not today, this week.
Besides getting to go back to day shifts and not being on evenings anymore, I'm working on a pretty cool road trip and got a lot of the stuff lined out for the summer for the kids. Started doing more like
That's cool.
the overland camping, some of that
Ooh,
stuff. So
yeah.
we're going to spend some time off grid on that trip. And I got a friend with like a glamping yurt in Tennessee we're going to stay at for one of the nights and like feed his pigs and stuff.
Please forward that information.
Yeah.
I would love to.
There's a
kids
new
to
off-road
that.
show. Shout out to Revere Overland, who will never watch this podcast. He's starting a new
Revere
like
Overland.
expo in Tennessee.
Dang.
That's got like a whole bunch of vendors and all that. So I'm gonna head out there and check it out with him. Fledgling YouTube, social media stuff I'm starting that I'll kind of go check out their deal and camp and document it. And
What is
have
it
a good
called?
time. The show that they're starting is called the Overland Adventure Summit.
Okay.
It's in Winchester, Kentucky.
Ooh, look at that.
So Revere Overland is pretty cool. He's like one of the bigger overland guys in the YouTube scene. But the summit is the Overland Adventure Summit.
All right. So what am I Googling?
Overland Adventure Summit.
So you're gonna take the kids?
Yeah, kids and wife are all gonna take like 11 days. We'll take like 5 or 6 days to get up there to Kentucky. Probably hit a national park or two. Stuff like that on the way. Spend a couple days there seeing the expo, like some of the vendors, and they have classes and meet and greets, stuff
cool.
like that. And then I've actually got family history. On my dad's side, all my family, like my grandpa, that's from South Central Kentucky, a little town called Somerset.
Okay.
So we'll come back through there. I'm gonna try and find the barn that my grandpa helped raise when he was a teenager.
That's cool.
He showed it to me when I went back there at like 13 on a road trip with him, but I don't have an address, and I don't know if there's any living relatives that know where it was, but he's got a barn he raised that, 15 years ago it was still standing, and he raised it when he was a teenager, so
I got my mom's parents live out in Kentucky.
It's pretty country, man.
Kentucky.
It's beautiful.
We whiskey is from Kentucky. Our little doggy.
Yeah. Oh.
whiskey.
Can you get closer to? I can't hear you. Like you're.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah, get in
Well,
here.
like, I have
Get
to, like,
closer.
like-
Bring it up.
how's it go up?
Just lift it.
It's an
Oh,
arm.
so I didn't want to break your arm. It was so tight. I didn't
Yeah.
want to like.
All right,
mess
no,
with it.
yeah, and yeah, you're gonna feel like you're over tightening, but you're
Okay.
okay on that.
There we go.
You're good.
Yeah.
Oh,
Very
that
good.
sounds
Oh.
sexy.
Ah, nice.
Look at that,
sounds.
yeah.
There you go.
The closer you can get, you know.
Yeah,
but
like
be careful.
right.
Don't get excited.
Yeah.
My beard's not as big as Chris's, so I can't rub it
Don't,
against the
yeah.
microphone.
It's like don't tickle it.
Don't get too excited.
That's a different class.
So,
Different podcast.
So-
Podcast altogether.
so I was thinking about your job as a state trooper in Vermont and
Spurbury Police, sir.
Spurbury.
Spurbury.
I don't have the
quit
big hat.
insulting him.
I don't have the big hat.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
That's right. Well, it's the same, right?
Oh,
yeah.
police is not the same as a state trooper.
Oh, my
You-
bad.
I dare you to go up to a state trooper and tell him he has the same job as police, and let me know how that works out for you.
I always thought though, the super troopers were the cool ones. So I don't
They
know.
are.
Yeah, they are.
Troopers always think they're the coolest ones. That's why they have the big hat.
Oh,
Yeah,
the
duh.
Smokey Bear.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I introduced him as the handsome Ben, but he is the grizzly Ben as well.
Yeah, he's a part of that
So
grizzly
he's a
crew.
grizzly
The
crew.
lunch crew
Oh,
was the
lunch
grizzly crew. Like it's growing a lot though now. Now there's a lot. The sizes are balancing out.
They're little grizzlies.
There's like cubs. There's like grizzly cubs. They all fight like grizzlies, but
Grizzly
they're
cubs.
not all 6'4" and like
Man.
230 or bigger anymore.
If I was on up here in Cedar Park on one of our projects, I would
You'd go.
I would do a lunch thing every weekday. Oh my god, I'd be like, yeah, I'm out. I'd easily do it in an hour.
Oh yeah, it's a great crew.
How many people you got going right now?
Man, there's a good like 4 or 5 regulars consistent, but we've been having a lot. There's like 7 and 8 people in the class lately. It's been the noon class has been growing pretty well, and
Nice.
probably like once every couple of weeks we'll have a couple of the black belts that'll be there for a day or two. Like Chris Ozoko will show up, Roger will be there. It just kind of cycles through. Brody shows up a good amount, like he kind of comes and goes. But it's like when I started like almost 2 years ago now, dang, it was like all of us were white belts. It was just like a bunch of white belts
Yeah.
in Bruno, and now it's like you got a bunch of blue belts, and the blacks show up a good amount of time, and some new white belts, and they're no like you can't sleep on the new white belts. Like they're strong
You
and
can't?
eager, and I
Gross.
can't
Nope, you
Yeah.
can't. No,
Nah.
never. You got to stay sharp.
always.
Okay,
It's,
yeah.
it's a good. It's the noons like it's just a good vibe.
That's
Like
good.
everyone's there to come in and work
Yeah.
because you only have that hour, right? So you come in, they work hard,
Yeah.
and
And they
then
bounce.
you got to go back out. So you're usually pretty focused in the class.
Damn. Do we still have the 6 a.m. class?
No, it's 6:30.
6:30?
I think they do. I'm usually
Monday, Wednesday.
Yeah, that doesn't.
Yeah.
6:30. Actually, that's the one I should be attempting.
I'm trying
But-
to make my kids get out of bed, get in the shower, and get to the school bus at 6:30 and 7 in the morning. So that doesn't happen for class.
Yeah, I miss those days.
What
Do you?
Days of.
I don't get that opportunity.
Oh, that's
Oh,
that's
you're
right.
at
Because you're
work,
like,
yeah.
I'm out. Yeah. No, it depends on the project. When I was over at the children's hospital up here in Cedar Park, I was able to like get the kids up to breakfast, come in, just because that hospital by that point in time was like in more traditional hours of operation.
Yeah.
So you had to be very sly or slick getting in and out. So it's fun working in a hospital
Oh,
or
I
building
bet.
a hospital.
oh, build, of course.
I would say like on a job, like what you do, your job, there's, or even in yours, there's that one key component every now and then that's like, it really means a lot, or is like, yeah, man, this is really worth,
Yeah.
or you get like satisfaction from it.
Yeah.
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 So that project there was like 13 minutes from cutting essentially the ribbing and like first patient. So you have
Yeah.
first patient day, 13 minutes. We had 2 patients.
Dang.
What?
Like right
wow.
off-
Like,
right
hey,
off the
we're
bat.
hoping there's
Yeah,
people
we're
waiting at the
hoping.
door.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
awesome.
Like ready. The sad part, they were both mental health, mental wellness
Yeah.
patients. That
It was the children's
it was a
hospital. so-
children's hospital.
Yeah, that's
that kicked me in. I was like, man,
and
really?
it's a huge issue all around the country and the state, but even in the county, man. There's only so many beds to get people who need mental health care.
Yeah, but how quick is that? You're a brand new hospital, like brand new.
Well,
And-
were they juveniles because it was a children's hospital? So that's part of the issue you're going to see too. There's just if you only have a limited number of adult beds, you've got like maybe a quarter, an eighth of that
I was just
in juvenile
I was
beds.
just
We have to
surprised,
take-
like right off the bat. Like,
Yeah.
there's going to be a lot of good that comes out of a hospital like that
Mhm.
for multiple reasons and all that. But man, right off the bat, just to like christen it is like, man, mental health is obviously, as you know, it's important on my end and my front. But man,
It's a problem that's not going away. Different people are trying to throw resources and money and figure stuff out.
I think there's, I mean, not to drop down a rabbit hole, but I think there's a bigger group of people with bigger amounts of money that want to keep people in it.
Don't
Yeah,
get
I
me
don't-
going.
I know you don't want to get them going, but
Oh shit!
you're not wrong, sir. You're not wrong. I don't think.
That money outweighs the good. I hate
red,
saying
red
it,
number,
man.
red number 4 or whatever. Red,
Red
number
40.
Red
Red
40,
40.
right there. That's it.
Red Lake 40.
That's all I gotta say. And now they have ultra blue. Did you know they
I
have
haven't seen Ultra Blue.
ultra
Sounds
blue
kinda
number
cool, though.
6,
Like,
60 or whatever?
What is that?
Yeah, I know. What is
well,
it?
you've seen like the recipes for everything here. Like if you go make that, say, like you make a Cheez-It in Europe and it's got like 5 ingredients, and you make a Cheez-It
Cheez-It
in
here,
America and
it's
it's got like
20.
75 ingredients, and it's ridiculous.
Yeah.
He says he hates Red Lake 40, but he's got Sour Patch Kids on the standby.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
of course.
We were
Look,
debuffing
blue-
this.
Yeah. Well, I can't have any. And you know what's funny? I'm not even craving it. Other
don't crave
podcasts,
it. I really don't crave
I'd be like, boom, boom, boom. I'd just be popping them. I think it's Nerds that has them. Hey, have you guys ever? Oh, Blue Lake number 2 or Blue 2 Lake. That's yeah.
I want to go to this lake.
Hey,
Right? It sounds
Right.
sounds
Is this a
peaceful,
cool
very
lake?
blue.
Yeah,
It's
very
better than the
blue.
Red Lake.
Yeah, it's much better than Red Lake.
You know what I noticed? And I think I just noticed it for the first time. I had to go like this to read
Bro,
what's going on.
Stop.
that's called age, sir.
That's called.
That's called age.
Yeah. So yeah, tell me something good.
I need glasses.
Yeah, you need glasses.
I think it's because I'm in front of a screen
Yeah.
and my eyes haven't adjusted. But something good. I'm feeling amazing. I'm on this fast,
Okay.
48-hour rolling fast. So
What hour?
I started Sunday
7 minutes
at
ago.
6 a.m.
And I feel amazing.
I feel amazing. So I started 6 a.m. I'm sorry, 12 p.m. on Sunday.
You kept snacking along the way. It sounded like I
Like,
started
I'm
at
going to
6.
start at 8. I had a kolache at 10. I'm going to start at 12. It's
Yeah.
some eggs and some bacon. I'm starting at noon.
I'm trying to wean myself off food.
Actually, it was 6 p.m. Now that
Cool.
I yeah,
All right.
6 p.m.
6
in the
a.m.
evening.
noon, 6 p.m. Got it.
Sunday,
Sunday.
6 p.m. and I went Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday 6 p.m. and I was still cool. And then I broke it. Instead of doing the 72 hours, that was the plan. I went with the 48. Broke it for 24 hours.
When you mean break?
Like I ate. I
You
ate.
cheated.
I ate at food.
Oh,
You had
dang.
your Sour Patch Kids, and you
I
went
had
back to a fast.
no. I kept it keto, 100%
Okay.
keto. So it's all no carbs.
Sausage.
And it was a lot of sausage. Yeah,
Lots.
a lot.
Best protein.
All the meats.
all the
So
proteins.
next day 6, that was yesterday. I went ahead and started it again, and I'm on hour 25, 6, 7 of the second cycle. And I tell you, it's good. I got the pain. Have you guys ever done a fast, like a 72-hour?
No.
Yeah.
I've thought about it, and I got hungry thinking about it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you do get hungry, but let me give you some advice on how to overcome that.
You eat.
No, you
Oh.
tell your body that you have plenty of fucking reserves and it's not gonna die, and that's it. Like once you break through and say no, nothing's gonna happen to
I
you.
don't know. That taco truck calls my name at like 9
you got the roach
a.m.
coach?
Yeah.
Oh.
Hey, shout out to Benny's. Man, that guy, man, I've known him since I started at the company I'm at. At every project, I have seen him or
Same
his
roach
son's
coach,
truck.
man. When you get a good one,
Yeah,
you gotta
and it's
hope
his
they-
family that runs it. So
Nice.
man, the food is good.
I did
It's
some
so good.
I did some mechanic work in Southern Arizona growing up, and the Southern Arizona roach coach.
I get the same
Southern
thing.
Arizona.
I get two chorizo and egg on maíz with aguacate, cilantro, and cebolla. And those girls love it whenever I sling out the taco order.
I loved it when you sling it on. I was like, dang.
And they're like, they're always fatter. Like
Yeah.
the tacos are got just more in it. It's nice.
Can you say that again? How do you order?
I don't want to say
Can
it.
you say it slower?
My- I don't want to make
So-
my old lady jealous, man. She's
Hey,
gonna
so-
be like, "You don't talk like that to me." all I'm saying is like you get better
tell her you want some
tacos.
cilantro.
Yeah. Yes, cilantro. I give her crap about it.
Come on, we got to hear. This is a Chris. This is a Chris moment.
Those tacos, chorizo y huevos.
Ooh, dang. Yeah.
Now you want tacos?
I think I'm hungry. I think I'm gonna break my fast just because of that.
Cilantro, cebolla, and
Ooh.
avocate.
Oh, sí.
No cilantro,
Yeah,
por favor.
Sí.
And then she's like, queso. I'm like, un poquito.
Un poquito.
Un poquito.
Más o menos.
Yeah, más o menos. Surprise me.
Surprise.
And sometimes I get that big rectangular,
Chile?
the rectangular cheese, like it's
block?
the block,
Yeah.
right? Because it crumbles, but it comes in a block.
The
so they just-
cojita.
the cojita, yeah. And
Cojita
so
cheese.
it's like a rectangle, like it's like they right on top of your taco.
You just get a block of cheese.
Yeah, I like it because
You
I
get
know
the
to break
brick
it
of
up, but
cheese.
it's like when you first see that taco, it's like your iPhone is sitting on top of your
Yeah.
taco.
Yep.
You're like, what?
Where's my taco?
What do I do with my hands?
Yeah, and you go to you go to kind of pick it up and it just starts crumbling, but then it's like sticking
And
to
you're
your finger.
panicking because you're losing your cheese because you didn't know.
Yeah, you're losing your shit, and all the guys watching you are like, white guy.
Facts.
But I
Facts.
did get complimented, like over time in construction, you learn how to eat tacos, right?
Mhm.
There's a way to eat tacos, and I've had a few of them go, hey, you know how to eat a taco?
Your
Like,
your
eat it the
taco
right
eating
way.
is a little less gringo than it used
Yeah.
to be.
Wait.
So
Tell me this. Enlighten me. Enlighten this.
Next
Like-
time you need to bring a
So,
taco so,
like,
he
if-
can demonstrate. I
Yeah.
want to watch him eat
So
the
if this is
taco.
your taco,
Yeah.
white people tend to hold them like this.
By the end?
By the
What?
end.
No.
That's
Yeah, by the end, and then it gets all in their hand. Where
Yeah.
like you've got to learn to like pick it up by the.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
like-
you like do the maybe
Yep.
because I grew up in Southern Arizona.
Yeah.
I grew up in
You've been
Sonora.
with Chile
Like,
and Sonora.
Arizona,
and-
yeah.
Yeah, but you go kind of like north of the what do they call it, Mason-Dixon line. Most of them be like I don't know why.
There's a real good taco that Pace Picante.
Yeah,
Like,
but- yeah.
No.
Yes,
New York City.
Yeah.
Get a rope.
Hey, how funny is it that we still remember that? That was childhood.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
New York City.
Yeah. Get a rope. Man, that was the last
Yeah.
line of it. Like,
you can't say that now.
you
That
cannot
commercial's
say
canceled now.
that.
Nope.
Oh, you'd be done.
Hey, I don't like
Cancel-
So I figured this
cancel
out.
culture.
It's observations. Because if you say facts, someone's always going to fact check you. But if
Right.
you say observations,
Yeah.
hey, I just observed.
It's just an opinion, man.
Yeah, that's what I heard.
Yeah, it's an opinion. That's all it is.
Nobody can argue with your opinions and your feelings
Yeah.
anymore.
But when people are like facts, I'm like, yeah, I feel like the first thing nine out of 10 people do. Like,
That's what I love saying though. Hashtag facts.
yes.
I could just say that.
That.
And that's enough.
Pound
Oh,
sign facts.
Facts? What? Oh, facts what? The tonality?
Yeah.
That's not factual. Anyways, that is
Anyway.
yeah, the fast is good. I did have body pains. So the after day 3, you have body pains and that's normal. Like your muscles hurt, like you're feeling
You're like the
crap.
flu almost, kind of, right?
Yeah. And that's good. That's a good indication, meaning that your mitochondria, I don't know how to say that shit, but the mitochondria is cleansing. You're actually
Yeah.
going through that actual reset. So once I got over that, then my appetite was suppressed and I was.
So you went through what they
bright,
call after
alert.
16 to 18 hours of fasting, you should be in full ketosis. Probably the pains you're feeling or your
Pangs.
liver beginning to convert your fat stores into keto. So it's probably when you're
Yeah.
you're cranking.
No, let me see. Go down more.
Or you feel like,
No, we're still.
or do you feel
we're
like mental clarity?
Hey, is
or stage
this-
3?
Stage 3,
Autophagy, that's fun.
autophagy. Yeah, that's
Autophagy.
autophagy. Anyways, that's pretty. We're getting pretty technical on this shit.
is Chris.
All I know-
Science.
Yeah, science. All I know is that it's good stuff, and
That's
you
awesome.
should. Everybody should try at least a 72-hour to see what they're made out of.
I'm not. I'm made of cheeseburgers and cookies.
I'm just saying.
I
You'd be
may next.
surprised.
I've been thinking about it, but I may wait till I got a deload week.
I would
Next time
try,
on the
like,
weights,
I would
like-
entertain like a 24 on, 24 off, 24 on.
I think it's like a
24
Oh, that's
start,
all-
like you start with like the intermittent fasting, right? Like we're gonna start with like 16 hours and work your way into
Yeah,
it.
I'm
so
gonna
it's-
go 8 on, 8 off.
I'm intermittent fasting every 8 hours. Basically when I sleep.
I get up to eat.
I fast when I sleep.
I woke up, so it's time to eat.
Man, I like
food.
I like food. I don't like. I hate the term foodie, but no, yeah, man, I like
A little
to eat.
bit, yeah.
I like to eat, but I'm not. I don't know. A lot of people are gonna disagree with. So I'm not really that picky. Yeah, I am. I know what I want.
Yeah.
That's
Good
cool.
stuff.
Yeah.
Mr. Grizzly, Ben, you mentioned Arizona.
Yep.
Are you originally from? Tell us more about that. Is
So
that where
I was born in San Diego.
Oh,
My dad was in the Navy.
he's all MCRD.
Right?
That's where I was reborn.
No, I did not go in the military. My dad was a Navy guy. Mom born and raised in San Diego. Met dad when he was stationed out there. He taught at Surface Warfare School.
Oh yeah.
And then he got a job with General Dynamics at the time.
Yeah.
So it's a defense contractor. They've changed names. He's the rare guy for defense. He worked on the same project his entire civilian career.
Yeah.
Most places like engineers, you bounce project to project.
Yeah.
He worked on Tomahawk missiles.
Wow.
Yeah. That's the whole time.
He did data management. So basically, like, if we sell a bunch of Tomahawks to Britain, we don't just sell them missiles, right?
Yeah, you
we
sell
sell them a
them
lot of
everything.
paperwork and documentation that goes along with it. So he managed all that, whatever. So he worked for General Dynamics in San Diego. And then when I was in like between second and third or third and fourth grade, like 94, General Dynamics got bought out by Hughes, and they were shutting down all their San Diego plants, and the only place was in Arizona. So like around that time, 94 is when we moved. The summer of 94, we moved to Arizona, and then they got bought out by again. Now they're Raytheon, but they still do the same exact thing, making Tomahawk. So I grew up, like, I have memories of San Diego, but most of my growing up was in southern Arizona, in Tucson.
Tucson. All right.
Yeah.
Right outside, like Northwest, but like Davis Mountain right there, a whole bunch of mountains to explore. I know you've explored southern Arizona some. So
Davis Mountains too.
all those mountains, the Chiricahuas, the Catalinas, the Dragoons, like those were all my playground growing up. Spent a lot of time
It's
outside.
so beautiful out there.
People think the desert is ugly. Like, they're like,
It's a
so
different
brown.
desert though. Like
It
it's
is.
weird that they call it desert because there's grass, but it's like this knee-high grass that's the same color for as far as you can see.
Like, my wife, she grew up in Phoenix.
Yeah.
And
But there is
she hates the
desert,
desert because it's
yeah.
all brown. Like
Yeah.
in Phoenix it's way more brown. But
Yeah.
you get starting to get south into the mountains there, and you get all sorts of greens, and you still get wildflowers, and
Yeah.
you get the grass. And you can act like we had pine forests just on the edge of Tucson because the mountain range went up to 9,000 feet.
Yeah, Chiricahua's up there at 9.9, 9.8.
Catalinas get up to 9. Mount Lemon, fun
It's
fact.
beautiful. Like
Ski-
that southeastern part. I've been in a couple of areas. It's gorgeous, but it's like a grass desert.
Yeah.
Like it's weird to say that, but at
Like
one
in the mesquite trees, they'll
Yeah.
get so thick. And
Yeah.
the Ocotillo, which is like basically a spiny, sticky up, pointy bush that's like 7 feet tall and
barrel
wants to kill you.
cactus. Man, we saw this last one. We saw some really cool barrel cactus out there. I mean, it's just the client. I mean, the wildlife is
Amazing.
gorgeous out there because, as you know, we try to get off beaten path, like deeper. Like no cell phone signal is optimal, and it's
Yeah.
and what I love about Arizona is easy to get to. It's public land. It's
Oh,
easy to get
yes.
to,
Okay.
and it's not like
There's so much BLM and national forest,
Yes.
and everything is public land
Yeah.
there.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
You got White Sands, right?
That's New Mexico.
like New Mexico.
Oh,
But
yeah.
yeah,
And
you,
that's
but
just-
that's beautiful too.
yeah, no, New Mexico is great
yeah,
too.
it's cool too,
There's-
but it's just a different part.
yeah.
So
Like-
how about those white sand, like that white sand park? I think
Yeah, it's pretty crazy. I
it's
haven't been
such-
there, but I've like driven kind of past and seen pictures and
It's
stuff. And
a
it looks
trip.
ridiculous.
It's a trip. It feels like you're on some island.
Speaking of
All of a
islands,
sudden.
how did you get that off the island of Arizona? Like,
Off the island of Arizona.
Yeah.
So my wife drugged me to Texas. She was finishing her master's program, and she's an orientation and mobility specialist, which nobody knows what that is usually.
balance?
Visual impairment.
Oh,
So she has 2 masters, but the one she primarily uses is called orientation mobility. Short version is she teaches blind and visually impaired children how to navigate. So how to use their
Yeah.
cane, how to get around the school, how to go through, like how to shop at HEB. She had one kid who was crazy smart, and he was working on airport navigation. So she was teaching him, he was fully blind, and she was teaching him how to use his cane and all the other skills to navigate. Like, here's your boarding pass, get through the
Yeah.
check-in process, get to your gate and all that. So like
Wow.
for her master's program, they would blindfold her and give her a cane and teach her how to use it. So like the final exam for her final master's class, they drop her in the middle of University of Arizona. They basically like kick her out of a bus or a van and say, "Hey, get to Old Main." That's it. They don't tell you where you are.
Yeah.
Or anything like that, and you're blindfolded with a cane. You got somebody following you to make sure you don't like get kidnapped or something, right? But then you just have to learn how to use your cane. So that's what she does. So Austin is one of the centers for her field. Like it's the Austin, not Austin, the Texas School for the Blind, and then there's one in New Jersey. They're like two big national centers for her field.
I didn't know that.
I didn't either.
That is cool.
And so she got a job offer to work for Austin ISD, and I had been doing purchasing for a dialysis clinic and working part-time at Starbucks. I got laid off from the clinic and was just working at Starbucks, and it's like, I'll go wherever. I can do this wherever we go. Austin sounds cool. She did her internship out here, and I visited her, and like Austin seems like a cool town. It was like 2009 when we moved out here.
Okay.
And so we moved out here for that job, and
Kids at that time?
No. We had a lot of change really quick. We got married in March. She graduated in May, and we moved to Texas in like June.
When did you join the Spurbury?
So we moved here in 2009, and I was like, I should probably find something to do more than work at Starbucks like 4 days a week. It was cool. I love my coworkers. I love my job. Like benefits part-time. Like it was easy to transfer from a store in Arizona to here. So it worked out really well. And then I started looking into a police academy. I kind of looked into it when I was younger, and I just really don't think I was mature enough. I was like, I don't want to do shift work and all that. I want to hang out with my friends. Yeah. And I've got a history of service with my family. I had a lot of family who served in the military. Just the military wasn't quite for me. So I started looking at law enforcement more seriously. I paid so here in Texas, you can go to a police academy on your own. Like community college almost.
Like firefighting?
Without like in Arizona you can't.
Okay.
Like Arizona you have to be hired and they send you to a state academy basically.
Okay, yeah.
So here I was like, I can go like it's community college and then try and get a job after you're certified. And I got hired by Spurbury about 2 months before I graduated academy, so that was pretty cool in 2010. So I've been with that city since my whole career, about April 2010.
13.
Oh, wow.
13,
almost 14 years.
14 years, congrats.
Nice. It feels like it's been 14 years, and it feels like it's been like 2 months all at the same time. It's kind of
I bet.
So
I bet it's so much fun.
Blink,
like, especially what you've been doing. So you mentioned playground in Arizona. What kind of playground? What do you mean by that? What
mountains?
Oh man, like people think of Arizona, they just think it's a desert, right? And when they think of desert, like everybody thinks of like the Sahara, right? They just think of sand and dirt, right? That's what everyone's picture is. But Arizona,
is there a lot of rocks?
Yeah.
Oh, man. So you've got
cool
southern
rocks.
Arizona, you've got a lot of mountains and desert. And then central Arizona, you start to transition a little bit. But in northern Arizona, up by Flagstaff and Prescott and the Grand Canyon, you've got pine forest. So there's actually an area called the Mogollon Rim, Mogollon, something along those lines. And you can actually like see the shelf. It's almost like a flat canyon that's like up and over where it transitions from mountains and starts to go back into desert. Yeah. It's the craziest thing. I don't know what geologically it is, but it's really cool. Yeah. And so they've got just tons of rivers, lakes, some man-made, some natural. Most people don't realize the amount of native game that is native to Arizona. Yeah. Like it's got one of the most diverse native game populations out of any state in the country.
Yeah.
Wow.
Whitetail, mule deer.
That's
elk.
actually one of the founding areas of mule deer.
Yep.
Yeah. Where do you go hunting again?
In Arizona.
He's in southern Arizona, where they've got the Coos whitetail, which are these little desert whitetail that kind of look like greyhounds with antlers.
Where they're at, I'm not lying. Where they're at in our area, they are healthy. They're big.
The first time I saw deer here, I was like, oh, that's what a deer is supposed to look like. Because they still make the Arizona ones look small. But
I don't know. Not the hill country deal. The one we were running into looked like way more stout than these hill country deer.
A lot of the ones I used to see were a lot smaller. But again, they're like that transitional one. They got the desert mule deer. Elk, buffalo, 2 different species of ram, pronghorn antelope, bear, mountain lion, like all of it.
And it's a very hunter-friendly out-of-state. It's one of the best ones. Man, I don't want to give it this way, but anyway. Yeah, sorry. No, it's horrible.
Sorry. Don't go there.
Don't go there.
It looks
it's
exactly
expensive.
like the Sahara.
It sucks. Just leave it alone.
Did you climb any mountains over there? Rock climbing?
Yeah, I did some rock climbing there. My best friend from high school and best man wedding, he grew up in Alaska, and so he had a lot of gear. and then we would just go. There's a really, really good indoor rock gym, and then we'd go to the Catalina Mountains, and you could, like the first turnoff, as soon as you start to go up the mountain, there's a little pull out, and there's routes already bolted there.
Did you guys have a wine fest there?
A wine fest? No, we did not have the Catalina wine mixer.
Oh my God.
The salmon of Capistrano did not flow through there.
So fucking funny, Christopher, because I was like trying to find a way to plug that in. I go, hey, was that
I've been to Catalina Island, but not for that.
So let me see. Pull up the Catalina wine mixer.
I've been diving at Catalina Island, but that is different than the Catalina Mountains.
Catalina Mountains. No, the mountains.
Yeah, just pull up Mount Lemon.
That's right here.
Yeah, Catalina Mountains. So fun fact about the Catalina Mountains.
Ooh.
The highest mountain in the Catalinas is Mount Lemon, and Mount Lemon has the southernmost ski resort that opens continually. Like it opens every year.
Yeah. Look at see these photos,
in
man.
Tucson.
That's the desert.
No, yeah, but this is gorgeous.
Yeah.
You're hunting in this. You wake up in the morning or sunset.
I've seen sunsets. I've been very fortunate to travel a little bit, and I've seen sunsets in a lot of places, like Hawaii, on boats in the middle of the ocean, the West Coast, like Texas sunsets, which are gorgeous, hill country sunsets. There is nothing that I've seen that will beat a southern Arizona sunset in the desert, especially you get a little like cloud cover, rain in the air.
No way.
That's right. Like that one.
But you can't beat it.
Yeah.
Wow.
It is pretty. I'll have to show you some.
I haven't been. I think Hawaii was gorgeous.
Like especially like when you get crazy with the clouds and the sun's cutting through.
You get a monsoon that runs through in the summer, and then everything just kind of cools off and for a little bit, and you get all that rain dump through, and then there's all that moisture's in the air, so you get all the colors in the sunset.
You gonna buy that poster?
No, I didn't know it was a poster. I was chasing photos, and apparently you got to have a subscription.
Copyright strikes. Yeah. Push Ridge. I've been hiked all those mountains up and down them. Camped all of them. It was a big Boy Scout camp, Camp Lawton. Spent a lot of summers up there.
That's cool.
Wow.
Yeah, that whole area is just gorgeous because there's so much biodiversity in there too. There's, like, I'm gonna murder these numbers, but it's something like in a square mile of Arizona desert, there's like some factor of the amount of biodiversity versus anywhere else in the world. Because it's like, yes, it is a desert, but it's a different type of desert where it harbors, because of the shrubs and the type of rock and the type of sand. It's
the Sonoran Desert. It's just magical. Yeah. And like you get that northern Mexico into southern Arizona, and it's just a special place. Yeah. It's hard to explain until you spent some time out there and camped out there and just explored out there some. Yeah. And you go around like Cochise Stronghold in the Dragoon Mountains and the Chiricahuas. And that's like Cochise Strongholds where the Cochise Indians like made some of their last stands like in the Old West days, and then you just explore those caves, and you've got all the Old West history from gold mining. There's still people who out there prospect and pan for gold out there.
No way.
Yeah, there's still a lot of active mining there. The 3 C's of Arizona.
Yeah.
Here's your Jeopardy. Do you know what the 3 C's of Arizona are?
I do not.
Chiricahua.
Cotton, copper, and cattle.
Cotton. Oh, yeah, they are the copper state.
The 3 big drivers of the economy in Arizona.
Yeah.
Cotton.
Yep. Cotton. Yeah. Huge cotton fields, especially around between where I was in Phoenix, between Tucson and Phoenix. You see a lot of cotton fields and all around the south.
This area in Chiricahua with these rock formations just don't look real because it's all looks stacked.
You're gonna make me want to go back, take a trip out there now.
So fun.
Road trip.
I just saw a route to go on there. There's one that goes to center called the.
Ooh, look at that on the left. That looks amazing.
Here?
Yeah. Look at that. Oh, you can't open it. It's all. Oh, there it goes.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's a lot of stuff you can climb too.
That's freaking amazing.
Depending on that stuff's not bolted, right? Like you got to place your own protection. But
did you climb something like that?
It was similar rock, but not that. Like the stuff we were climbing was all pre-bolted. So like we weren't placing our own pro, but we were still like having to clip in as you go up. It wasn't necessarily top roped. Like we have the rope all the way. Yeah, that was. You have some fun when you do that.
Oh,
I had a buddy break in it. My best friend broke his ankle because he took a dinger of a fall. He tried to get to the next clip in. So if you're think about like if you're 5 feet above or 10 feet above your last point where your rope is clipped in,
Oh, yeah.
you're falling a minimum of like 20 to 25 feet because you have to fall like 10 feet to get level with it, 10 feet for the rope to start to catch, right? And then everything happens. He was about 10 feet. He went to clip and he missed. And when he fell, he kind of swung across and his ankle caught the side of the mountain and went. I was like, bro,
So
why did you do that? Now I have to carry all the gear out. Like, that's not cool.
You're so selfish.
I know.
No,
Tom,
he was.
Yeah, he never went to the doctor.
Yeah.
He toughed it out. He's like, well, I'm not going to the doctor for this.
Wait, did he really break it?
I'm sure. Like he never got it x-rayed, but the angle at which it moved and the sound that it made, I assume something gave in there. It had to have.
So how secure? I always wonder how secure those bolt-ins are.
Oh, they're pretty good. I mean, they get maintained, but the climbing community is really good about maintaining their own routes and their own stuff. If it starts to look loose, they'll replace it and or maintain it, stuff like that.
And they do some.
It's super solid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's some of it's in granite. I mean,
Oh, yeah.
I mean, it's
It's not going to go anywhere.
not going to go.
But
anywhere.
after years of use.
Oh yeah,
I imagine.
that's where the maintenance part
Yeah,
comes in.
they'll pull. Like if it starts to get loose, they'll pull it out and put a new one in. So it's like kind of like a concrete bolt, right? Where it's got that expanding thing there. They just put a bigger one in, right? You pull the loose one out, put a bigger one in. You may put some epoxy in it, and then rebolt it.
Can that rock like crack and break off?
I mean, in theory, I
I-
guess anything's
right.
possible,
Yeah.
but
Right.
I never had to like drill the holes and place it. I'm assuming there's like some sort of guidelines or science behind like where you drill. Like if you see a big crack, probably don't drill your hole through the crack, right? I don't know, but
Another area you are an expert at drilling holes through cracks is this Car Jiu-Jitsu. Tell
Car
me more.
Jiu-Jitsu.
Yeah,
So-
I've seen a couple of videos of his Car Jiu-Jitsu, and it is amazing.
I don't think I've ever heard of it.
Yeah.
What is this?
Car Jiu-Jitsu? Well, his style of Car
mine's not a
Jiu-Jitsu.
sport. There is actually like
There is
this-
a sport.
There's a small sport of Car Jiu-Jitsu.
Yes.
So a small shout out to Craig Douglas. He runs a company called ShivWorks. The guy spent a lot of time doing undercover narcotics work in the South, and he has some stories to prove what he did. And he was tired of getting robbed and beat up as an undercover cop back in like the 80s and 90s.
Yeah.
Like getting straight up robbed in car, like hit upside the head with a ratchet and stuff like that, right? So he had started doing jujitsu and some wrestling and other stuff. And this was when, I don't know if you've heard of a Sim pistol. It's kind of like, it looks like a regular Glock,
Yeah.
but it shoots a little tiny paint round. This is kind of like when those were first coming out.
Yep.
So he and some buddies kind of started playing with those in garage gyms and stuff like that and figuring out how to integrate weapons work with grappling and built this system. Like I think he just got his brown belt. He may have gotten his black. I don't remember. Don't hurt me, Craig, if I don't remember what belt you are now. But he's been training for a long time. And so the stuff he teaches is like a mix of the Greco-Roman stand-up with jiu-jitsu and incorporating edged weapon and pistol work into all of that.
Yeah.
Right, and so you learn a lot of different stuff, and you get to put on the big foam head and some gloves.
Oh, it's
and
like
two guys will come at you. Yeah, I
very
don't know if-
simulated.
I could pull up a video. I don't know if I have any on one of my Instagrams or not. I can't remember. I'll have to look in a minute and see if I can find it. But then for some of the classes, he also does it in a car. Right, like if you are trying to do an undercover buy in a car, and this person tries to rip you or steal stuff, pulls a gun on you in the car, what are you going to do?
Yeah.
Right? Like, how do you do it? And so,
That's actually really cool. Okay,
so one of my buddies, he was stout. Like, he was probably like 5'10", like 200, and he wasn't like fluffy. He was
solid.
He was solid.
Yeah.
Bro. He was in the Army. You lived in Killeen. Like, bro had seen some things and done some things, right? And I got paired with him. And so it's like I'm in the driver's seat, pretending to the thing, and he, in the course of simulation, right, like he pulls the gun, and you got to do what you do. So then you basically pin him to the seat, and you're trying to jiu-jitsu and fight this dude in a Honda Civic and keep him pinned in the seat in a Honda Civic.
That sounds fun.
I may or may not have broken the windshield of the rental car because I put my foot up towards where the dash meets the windshield and was pushing out, just trying to wedge him into the seat so he couldn't get me. That rental car's windshield may or may not have cracked.
Yeah, the video he sent me, a couple of videos he sent me, I was just like, I was at work. I was like, guys, you'll never believe this. Watch this. And they were like, is that how's that even like just trying to wrap your head around it? Because they've seen the Car Jiu-Jitsu stuff, but when you're teaching professionals on a tactical level,
Yeah.
they're
different. It's different than
it's
the
different.
sport Car Jiu-Jitsu.
They're rougher. Well, like because you guys are being dynamic. You guys are like
like we have training
fighting
blades. Like
over that,
you have a knife that you might normally carry, but it's a dull version of it.
Oh,
Right?
damn. Okay, so
like,
you're
yeah,
actually
like I'll
simulating.
pull one up here and show you in a minute, but I don't know if I can get it on the big screen. I'm trying to see if it's on IG or if it's just on my phone. I'd have to pull up.
You got your hatchets and your blades.
And so, like,
I am Jamie, so I can look this up.
I've pinned him. I don't think I
You're
have
what?
one of them.
I said I am Jamie. So
I was
Yeah,
just
look at
looking at it. I don't think I have one that I've put online for that specifically. But yeah, like I pinned him against the car and I started stabbing his taint till he threw the gun out the car, and I was able to get a gun out and shoot him, like one of the sim guns out and shoot him, and then have to prime my foot got stuck between the windshield and the dash.
Wow.
But he lived.
But you lived.
So you just go all in. I mean, this is like
but the deal's gone wrong.
You're
on your own.
Like when it's gone bad, or like 2-on-1, or I don't know if you can I send stuff to the computer or no?
Tell us what the.
It's not. It's only on my stuff. It's not on a.
Yeah,
it's not on
offline. We'll look at it offline.
Yeah,
I'll send it to you.
We shouldn't be
bit.
sharing it anyways.
No, it's fine to share. I just had to put it on there.
Top secret.
And say if you look at Craig Douglas's stuff.
We only kill people in cars, though.
He does he does civilian classes too. He's not just law enforcement. He does civilian classes for concealed carriers. It's called ECQC, Extreme Close Quarters Combat, and he teaches like a shooting technique when you're to make sure you're not going to shoot yourself. And like some of the drills in that are like you end up fighting one person and then they send in another one if you're not doing well. So it's 2-on-1 fights and you have to manage that, and all while trying to fight them off and use jiu-jitsu and wrestling.
John Wicket.
Yeah,
John Wicket. Yeah.
This is before I ever started at the gym. So
Hello,
I was
my
like, I don't know anything
Ben
about anything.
Girdler, but they call me John Wick.
It was a lot of fun, man. That was one of the
you may
more
know
fun
me as
classes I've done.
John Wick.
No.
AKA.
How many
kills
times
do you have?
0, sir.
How many times?
From John Wick version. I'm sorry.
How many times have you done the training? Is it like an annual thing you go to, or one of the
So
specialized?
that was like a specialized one. That one, the stuff with him was just like a one-off. Another agency brought him in and had a few slots, so I was fortunate enough to be able to get in that class with a few other people from my group. Do you need me to get you one? You don't have to be subtle. Just get it done.
Did you close it?
I closed it. I for whatever reason, I clicked it right back on there.
You dismantled the microphone.
This is what he did. That's how he opened it. I was like, that's the smartest point ever. Next time I'll bring one. I'll bring one of these.
So that was like a one-time deal. We do. We do Gracie combatives at Spurbury for our defensive tactics, and so 2-3 times a year, maybe quarterly, kind of dependent. We have, and we've been progressing.
Is it more of a forceful self-defense system?
No, it's very similar. Like a lot of the stuff transitions from stuff in the gym, right? Very similar to no-gi.
So the stuff we were learning at Bruno's translates over well, or is that
for the most part.
Yeah.
There's some differences, right? So like we're most of the time in law enforcement we're going for control, right, and not submission.
Okay.
So right, like the state of Texas recently
anymore.
passed a law where you can't do any sort of chokeholds or neck restraints unless it's a lethal force situation, which depending on who you talk to, right? Like I totally understand why they've done that because it's been misapplied in so many situations, but at the same time, having either gone to sleep or almost gone to sleep from a rear naked choke done properly, I would much rather have one of my loved ones, if they happen to be foolish enough to fight with the police, just be put to sleep by a choke and wake up in handcuffs than get, fought and injured potentially. Like, it's a lot. But one of the guys we know at the gym had an issue where he ended up having to chase a guy, and the guy fell. He got on his back, and he was able to get hooks in and seatbelt grip him, and had he been legally allowed to apply rear naked choke, that fight would have been over in about a minute, and he would have woken up in handcuffs and have been done. Yeah. Because he couldn't, he just basically was able to hold him and restrain him in that position back hold with hooks and not rear naked, with hooks and seatbelt until his backup came. But he was like behind an alley behind a couple of houses, and he was there for like a good 3 minutes, waiting for backup to figure out where he was from where this dude ran. But it's a lot. It's very similar. Like it's a lot of the control.
I would say
you learn Kimuras and Americanas and stuff like that.
I would say I know it depends on the city and the department and where you're at, but even like some other personalities and podcasts that have had law enforcement on, it needs to be practiced to understand it, right?
Right.
You understand it because it's been happening. You've practiced and you practice in and out, and it's not that skill of being able to register when somebody's sleeping takes reps.
Yeah,
right?
that part for
a
sure.
lot of reps. So if you have a few that don't do the work, the extra work that goes into that to make that safe, that
100% understands why. Like I said again, I 100% understand why it is the way it is, and don't necessarily disagree with that.
Yeah,
just I wish we could get to the point where we could get everybody trained to the level where that is an option on the regular.
Or
time and budgets are a thing.
In similar essence, as you go up through the ranks in jiu-jitsu, they allow different submissions, right? Yeah. So if there was like a way of officially ranking everybody, like I'd be JJF, at this level,
if you're like the police blue belt, or you're like the police
purple belt, like you would have you are legally been trained and certified to do these submissions in order to in that situation. But white belt guy, you're gonna hold support, help control.
Yep.
All right, that's as far as you go. And if you go outside that, and then
then the adrenaline.
It's an awesome, and I wish it would work. But then the problem is you start dealing with like you get
who's ranking.
You get involved. Well, you get government involved, right? Like you get systems, and we want to have the system.
True.
And Houston PD and Austin PD or any of those places, they can have lots of money and they can afford. You get a PD of 15 officers, and how are they going to be able to afford and dedicate the time to do that at the same level?
Yeah,
right?
and without government assistance, and then there's
who's paying for it? It all comes back to the same thing.
Well,
sometimes.
If they would quit like researching billions of dollars on how methane from cow farts is affecting the atmosphere, I think they can squeeze a few cents from that and help some departments out.
How dare you? Oh, that's not my line.
Anyway, who am I?
Nobody's vegan here, right?
Who?
I tried it for a little bit.
No, you didn't.
I did.
Oh, tell us that story.
I was working out. I was like, hey, like,
did you get weaker?
Seen some of the documentaries, like, read some of the info, right? Like, I was like, hey, I'll give it a shot.
Hair turn colors?
Maybe. Like,
did your voice?
No lie, I actually felt really good. Like, I felt really good.
I bet it's like a clean fast.
The problem was like I was working patrol
for
at the
3
time.
days.
Yeah.
I was working patrol 12-hour shifts.
Yeah.
And the way I was lifting pretty heavy and pretty frequently, and really powerlifting a lot at the time, and the amount of calories I was needing to not lose weight was enough that trying to get that amount of calories on a whole food plant-based diet, like I just felt like I was eating
all day,
all the time.
Yeah.
Like I was just nonstop.
It's not calorie
like
dense.
it was just hard to maintain. It was too hard to maintain long term. And like Chris, I like cheeseburgers and I like steak. I was like, I'll do it for a few months. Like I did it for a solid like 3 or 4 months, just as an expect. I'll try it, see what happens. I felt good, but it was not sustainable.
Yeah.
Just based, if nothing else, based on volume.
I drive by this Chick-fil-A one more time.
Right? Do you understand how much I like brisket?
Yeah.
Right. Why am I getting
I'm
hungry
not.
now?
I'm going to have to flash this badge. I need some brisket.
Now.
Yes, Spurbury, please.
So I'm going to be the one that says it, and it might be inappropriate, but did your estrogen levels go up while you were on?
I've always been pretty in touch with myself, sir. I've been pretty in touch with myself. I wasn't doing the blood work.
Did you go buy?
Did you touch yourself?
Did you buy an electric car?
I mean, do you not touch yourself?
All the time.
I did avoid soy, like the heavy soy stuff. Like to be fair, I didn't.
So you didn't have a ponytail.
It was not within uniform regulations.
Yeah.
I was not in a position at the time
The
to have a
big beard,
ponytail, and beards weren't allowed at the point either. So it was clean shaven, no pony.
So you were undercover.
Right.
Electric car?
Maybe. Yeah.
Did you have
electric scooter?
I've done a couple Segway tours.
Segway.
I've done some Segway tours.
What do they call? They're not Segways, but they're like they're not the one wheel.
Mall Cop.
It's a one wheel.
It's a one wheel.
No, you have like your one wheel like a skateboard.
Right.
You've got the Una one. It's like the foot pedals are on opposite sides of
Yeah.
the tire.
Oh, I haven't seen that. That sounds
Oh,
terrifying.
Yeah, it looks futuristic as all get out because there's a couple guys
It works though.
here in
Like,
Leander that it's like
No.
a 16-inch
I
or
want a
12-inch
handle.
wheel, and it's all
Nope.
futuristic.
Nope.
Comes on a like backpack, and they literally stand up on it, and the dude leans forward and goes. Zoom,
Bro, I'm almost
takes off.
39. Like, I will take a handle on my Segway, and that's fun, but I need handles so
Let me
I
see.
don't die.
Pull it up. That
I don't know what you call
you
it.
know,
Uni-wheel.
Uni-wheel.
You know, one wheel. I don't know.
Juno.
I'm just gonna say one
Horizontal one wheel. What is this?
One wheel skateboard. Let's see what this looks like.
So you're gonna see that's the
this.
in motion.
Yeah.
In
Oh
motion.
yeah, I've seen those. Yeah, that
Yeah.
no,
Ooh, look at that one.
no, I would hurt myself.
I
on
would
that.
die. You know how many splits
To be fair,
would
like,
go wrong in
like
this?
look at the difference there. You've got the $1,600 version and the $9,500 version.
Yeah.
I'm definitely dying on the $95 version.
That's sharper image though. That they make
Oh, yeah.
quality.
you could buy that in the
products.
mall today.
Look at that in motion. That'd be pretty.
This
Oh,
one. There's a couple folks here in our
Yeah.
in Spurbury that
It's-
that have got this
I've
thing,
seen
and
it,
it
like,
goes.
yeah.
they get
It's scary.
like
I
you,
want full
you know
pads.
initially you laugh because
34?
they got the wrist guards and
Oh,
the
no.
helmet,
I
and they just
understand
lean
it.
forward like a superhero.
like the Naruto run.
But dude, they smoked me on my bike all day.
34 miles.
Yep,
an
they look
hour.
like
yeah.
just like this.
No, I'm out. I will hurt myself.
Yeah, you need the full helmet
Yeah.
at that point because you're going 35 miles an hour.
Yeah, on one wheel,
On one.
looking
Just
like a
pinching
goober.
it with your thighs. Just-
I mean, this dude's got the like protective pants and all that. He's going 30.
cell phone in
He's
his
probably
front
going
pocket is
40
destroyed.
miles an hour.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
And you can just fold it up.
You know, you
See?
can walk it in like your dog.
Conveniently.
I call this one Rover.
3-inch air spring. Ooh.
Yeah. It's only $1,500. Oh, look at all these batteries you need.
Double A. 100 AA batteries. Gives you 75.
So much better for the environment. It's got gears. Oh no.
It's a
to go up at
clutch.
35. Dang, 35 degrees. That's pretty significant.
That, yeah.
She's going. I'm sorry. These dudes move. I'm
They
not.
got a headlight. It's got a wheel with a headlight.
Yeah.
Like,
Do you think it needs a license plate at one point?
I don't believe that.
No,
qualifies
they're
as a
on the
motor vehicle,
sidewalk.
sir.
It's won a lot of
Yeah,
awards.
turn signals.
I know someone to ask, but I do not believe that qualifies as a motor vehicle in the state of Texas.
Now,
What-
and what's cool is the guy like he typically on the route I'm on would just come in, stand up. It's like a suitcase,
Mm-hmm.
jamming on his headphones, and he's so smooth at it. Like when he steps out, it's like he just dink, 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 whoo, and I'm like, okay.
He
Wow.
practices in
Oh,
front of
God,
a mirror
He's got
Yeah.
to.
over and
Oh, yeah.
over. He's like, I gotta make
He's got
it
a hair
look
flip
cool.
in there.
Yeah. Get a fan blowing his hair. Yep. Hey, I know we were talking about hatchets and knives. Have you guys seen that Warrior HBO series?
Mm-mm.
Have you?
Mm-hmm.
It's amazing.
Yeah, I saw the season 1 and 2, and then now they got 3.
I forget.
Yeah.
Like I legit forget I have HBO Max most of the
Yeah.
time because it's
Well,
like
it's on
part of
Net-
my internet. So then I forget that it's a thing, and then I like.
It's on Netflix though.
Okay.
But it's an HBO show.
I may have to look into it.
Oh man.
Usually, if
Something
I'm
else.
watching a show like that, it's like kids and family around.
Oh no.
Yeah, that's.
You can't.
yeah.
This
So
one
it's
you
like, hey,
definitely
we're gonna
can.
watch like America's Test Kitchen or
Yeah.
some sort of
Yeah.
other thing. I was like, I can't pull that up with them around.
No.
You didn't finish it?
Oh, it's season 3?
Season 3?
No, not yet.
I'm on season 3.
I was
episode
watching.
2.
I've been watching The Bad Batch, season 3.
Hey, what about Breaking Bad? Is that Tucson? That's
That
Arizona?
was New
Arizona.
Mexico. I
That was-
think.
oh.
Was it Arizona?
Yeah, no, it was in Mexico. I bet they shot some.
To be fair, like that's another
It
one I
all
never
seems.
watched. I
Yeah.
should have watched it at some point.
Yeah.
I'm terrible at watching
Yeah.
things when they come out and new stuff. Like I don't watch a lot of the series and
I didn't like it at first, Breaking Bad, but I
Hmm.
gave it one more episode, the second or third episode.
that's how I
I'm
felt
like,
about the first season of The Office.
Come on.
No,
The
bro,
Office
like,
is badass.
To be fair, like I like
love.
it is. I love The Office, but the first season, the first time I watched it, I was like, man, this is a little slow. The first couple episodes, and by the end of the first season, I was hooked.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They did slow play it.
They did. Yeah.
I mean, in the sense that like there was character development.
Yeah.
It was trying to get to know the office.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, it was a good development, but like, so I was sick in my apartment, and my girlfriend at the time, she's like, "Hey, I got you this DVD to watch." No, bro, it was way before COVID. She's like, "Hey,
did you say Blu-ray?
Maybe it was a
Blu-ray?
DVD, sir. It was before
like,
Blu-ray.
Was it like
it was
this
a laser
big?
disc?
Was it that Pioneer?
Was it a laser
I'm telling
disc?
you, it was a laser disc. I watched it on my Apple laptop computer, and like she brought it. I was like, whatever. I'm like so sick I can't get off the couch, so I put in like the first episode. This is kind of dumb, but I'm way too sick to change it. And by the end of the season, I was pretty hooked.
Yeah,
it was a good show.
Oh yeah,
yeah. There's
it's
so
amazing.
many. Yeah, I like it because it's also international because it started in England and UK.
But the British version is very different.
Yeah,
than the American.
How so?
It's just
the humor is different
for sure.
Yeah, and then how the office environment is just a little different. It's a fun.
Just like I'm sure the office environment in Britain
Yeah.
and England is different than here. Like,
Yep.
They kind of capitalized on what it's like here versus
I thought
there.
the movie was great.
There was a movie.
I remember.
Where it was the one they did here in Austin, Office.
Oh, Office Space.
Office Space.
Yeah.
That's
I thought you were about The Office. Like,
No.
oh yeah, that's classic,
That's-
100%.
yeah,
Yeah.
of course.
That one was. I didn't
Like,
realize.
Do you need to jump to conclusions, Matt?
Oh yeah. Jump to conclusions.
Oh, I gotta watch that again.
So
Classic.
That is a
yeah.
classic.
What would you say you do here, Bob? I'm the people person.
So I'm gonna need to work on Saturday. Yeah. Yeah. All right. Well. See
My
ya.
life is TPS reports now.
Oh
I feel
my
like
God,
it just
yes.
is what it is.
Yeah. Tell us what is now that you're in the role
It's-
you're in. What do you? What does it do? What do you do?
I don't know. Like I support my people, right? Like it's
Yeah.
like middle management. So my whole job is I want to make sure the sergeants that work under me are taken care of. They have what they need to do their job well, and teach their young officers that they're getting in how to do the job, how to support them.
Yep.
Use of force and pursuit reviews. So just like any agency, when there is a use of force that meets whatever set criteria for your agency is, it's going to get reviewed, right? So you're going to watch videos and read the reports and possibly talk to the officers. Hopefully talk to the officers if anything looks a little squirrely, like, hey, why did you do this, right? Most of the time, like 99% of the time, it's justified and it makes sense. But you got to review that and make sure it's all good. And a lot of times there's learning points from it, especially with so many new officers. Our agency is growing so fast that we're always going to have a lot of young officers, like just a few years on the road. And it's not as much of a problem getting them experience with different things now versus when I started. But your exposure rate, I'm fortunate to work in a fairly low crime area to where it's not like in a big city where you're going to go to 2 murders in your first 2 weeks, right? Like we have a murder maybe 2 a year, but we average like 1 a year, if that, and that's only started fairly recently.
Damn it, Spurbury. We gotta get better.
I know. Well, it's just getting bigger, right? People ask if crime is getting worse, but it's like there is more crime, but it's not disproportional to the amount of growth that the population has seen, right?
Yeah.
When you go from 30,000 people in Spurbury to 90,000 people in Spurbury, you're going to see more thefts.
Is that
and
what
assaults.
happened recently?
When I started in 2010, Spurbury was like 33,000 people.
Yeah.
And now it's over 90.
Yeah.
Damn, that's still small.
It is.
It's small, but
it's
if you
grown
look
so
at the metro
fast.
area
Yeah.
and then how fast that's growing, you think 14 years to add
60.
60,000 people to an area.
Yeah.
That's a lot.
And it's still going.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
not
Oh, yeah.
stopping.
And by the way, the infrastructure was not ready to support it.
No.
But I don't know anything about
That's something different.
Yeah.
Don't get me started on that one.
Really?
And so it's a
Water. There's no water.
that. There's
Agua.
there's
plenty.
water.
Plenty of
You
apartments.
just have to have a
so-
pipe to get the water to where it's supposed to go.
Yeah. And they forgot about that.
Oops.
They're like,
So we do these
toll
reviews,
road.
right? And most of the time, there's nothing wrong. It's like just little things. Like, hey, if we'd done this, it may have gone a little better.
Yeah.
Or not that it went bad. Or if you had done this way over here, maybe we might not have gotten to this point. You still might have.
Yeah.
But, different little things to adjust here and there. And that's what it is. It's being able to help teach and train and provide that support to those people to be able to do their job effectively.
So I feel like
help manage
yeah.
budgets,
Yeah.
if my staff, my sergeants, if they have scheduling issues, like where they're going to be under minimum staffing because someone called in or someone got sick or something like that, I can help work some of that. Sometimes I go to the other side and help, hey, find some coverage, work coverage for them, different kind of things like that. It's a lot more administrative, and Spurbury's kind of in a weird spot where most other places, my role would be less administrative than it is now, but at the rate we've grown, there's a layer between me and the top layer that isn't there in my agency.
Okay.
Right. So most places there's another layer between me and the top. And so since that's not there, like most places, a lieutenant is not doing the budget for an entire division.
Right. So
we are.
You probably
so we're like making all the budget requests and managing the budget for our entire division.
That's good experience and exposure.
It's good. Like I may not love it all the time, but it's definitely good, and it's good to know. And it's like one of those things that pushes you towards growth for sure. But it's just definitely a change of pace than some of the other stuff I've done before. So just kind of getting used to it. And it's a lot of people. Like it's people, right? Like not bad, but it's a lot of people, right? Like people.
A lot of handshaking.
Yeah, and it's not as much like on the politicking side, but just even
I just mean
like any company, right? Like
you're inside an office.
You're dealing with people problems, right? Like this person's mad at this person, or this person messed up, and now you have to talk to them, but they're just the third time they're in trouble, and now they're upset that they're in trouble again, and you're trying to help them get past that point so that they're not making these little mistakes and growing. Or your sergeant is brand new; he's never managed people before, and so now you're helping him learn how to manage people, not manage people, right? Like they're not a resource, but how to do that interaction, right? And
be a people person.
How to do that, right? And so it's just a lot of that emotional, mental connection with people that it's just a lot different than, like if you go have an interaction with somebody on patrol as an officer, like you can be mad at me, I can be mad at you, we may not get along, and then it's done. I don't see you again. Okay, cool, move on.
Yeah.
Now, like, hey, I'm going to see this supervisor a lot. I need to make sure I have good relations with him down and up and help him learn how to manage the people that are having those same interactions while I'm learning the same thing at the same time. Yeah. So.
I think that's with all fields, all industries. Because I'm sure
it's
you're
gone
going
from like
through
first
a lot.
line supervisor to middle management, right? That step to middle management is a lot different than that step to first line supervisor. Because first line supervisor, you still get to do the job.
The sergeant.
A lot of times.
Yeah. That's a military sergeant, right?
Yeah.
Where you're still in the shit with your troops, but you're kind of in charge, but you can make mistakes. It's like a blue belt. There you go.
It's a buffer.
Freaking blue belt. Then you got purple. Now it's administrative. Oh, shit.
You got to actually watch what you're doing. You know, like not watch what time you show up.
And then people, that's different. Then
as long as you make it to the promotion ceremony, what time you get there is irrelevant.
Well, now,
as long as you make it there.
Well, it don't matter now. He's got a free pass for life.
Right. He's got the purple belt to make show up whenever he wants.
Well,
I'm sorry, sir. Am I supposed to wear pants to this one? What? Oh, white, blue. I don't know.
The only thing that stinks is he'll come back to earth once he makes brown belt. He'll just be like, oh, now I'm going to show up on time. Without excuses.
Can't believe you guys are late right now. What the heck?
I think so. That's when
responsibility.
It's like middle age. Yeah. Brown belt's like middle age, basically.
Yeah. It's like you've got responsibilities. You have children.
I didn't want responsibilities, though.
I don't
want to adult anymore.
I'm the worst jiu-jitsu kind of belt practitioner. I don't even know what I'm trying to say. But I honestly did not want to get promoted. I was happy. I was content. I was loving it. Now it's like, okay, I'm so grateful that I got promoted and the growth is there and my mind is.
I think you're ready.
I felt ready. #humble.
Yeah.
You know? I felt
the fact that you said #humble makes it way more humble.
Oh yeah. No, it was almost embarrassing. Right.
Yeah.
But again,
does that blue belt have 7 stripes? It's weird.
Yeah, I was what you guys call it, a royal coral blue belt.
Coral blue belt. Can you even have coral blue?
It was time.
Blue coral belt.
It was time, but it's challenging still. So every time you
every step, I don't. Maybe you shouldn't feel ready for every next step, like to a certain extent, right? Like I definitely didn't feel like I was ready for that. I was like,
no.
What?
What? Really? No. I'm not worthy. Imposter syndrome.
I'm still losing to all the guys who got promoted. That's not right.
Yeah. No, I had the same feeling. God, the people were different when you got your blue belt. I was like,
People were
it's like, why were you not this mean when I was a white belt? Like, it's like instantly like, why?
Smash.
Yeah, smash. That's what I noticed. I was like, wow, intensity ratcheted up really fast.
Well, yeah, because now it's
Escalated quickly. Chris had a hand grenade.
Yeah,
That's
making
real.
blue belts fun. They said
it is.
that first 2 weeks. That's the fun part about this is the memories you make on the mat, right? Like, I hope I don't forget that feeling of like putting on that like the blue belt, and for the first 2 weeks felt like everybody's
Just
head
getting
hunting.
destroyed.
Like white belts were on a head hunt. Blue,
They
like,
want to beat the new blue belt.
and then the blue belts are like you don't belong, and then the purple belts are like
Now I can go hard.
now I can go hard, right?
Please no.
Blue belts are like you're just another white belt.
Yep.
You're still gonna kick me in the face.
It's just slightly less spazzy.
Yeah. And
Yes.
then a professor like ratchets up like
Oh,
the pressure /
Wednesday was-
I'm gonna
yes.
average at least one more submission now on you. I was
yes.
like,
Wednesday was rough at no-gi.
Wednesday. So you
I
guys.
haven't rolled with him nogi in a while.
So Wednesday at
So
noon
yeah,
is
noon has a little like Tuesday, Thursday or gi because that's just how it always was, right? And then when he added a Wednesday class because there was enough people asking for no gi also because a lot of the lunch guys don't get to come in the evening just with schedules. So he added a Wednesday class and he made that no gi. Yeah,
Yeah, I haven't rolled with him nogi in a minute.
I know.
it's an experience. I hadn't either until Wednesday, and I paid for that.
He's ready. He's trying to get into the like nogi pens and
Yeah.
getting some things going on the masters.
I was
levels.
good, but it was everything you would expect.
Yeah.
Oh, I almost had a thing. Oh, just kidding.
No, I
you
did
don't
not.
need
It just walked right into his traps. It's plural, but as it's supposed to.
it. Oh yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
no gi. So I'll tell you why I dislike. There's only one, and
Is it
it's
the
the
short shorts?
weakest. It's the weakest reason. No, I'm gonna.
just
You were a
I'm-
Marine. You should
I'm
be
gonna-
fine with short
No,
shorts.
It's
Yeah,
not.
that's fine. That
It's
doesn't bug
gi.
me.
I appreciate. I like your stance. I'm a gi guy.
I'm a gi guy, right?
Yeah.
But
You a gi? Hey, yeah. Question.
I'm
Gi,
more
no
of a gi guy. I haven't done that much. I like no gi when I get to do it,
Mm-hmm.
but I never got to go before they added the noon class,
Mm.
and so much more of my experiences with gi, and it feels more comfortable. Probably because there's more experience there with
Mm-hmm.
it. I like no gi, but I'm thinking more of a gi guy.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think I'm gonna wear tape on my feet. That's the only reason I don't like gi.
Tape.
Or no gi.
Tape on your feet.
Yeah,
Explain
because
more.
I
You want
always
grips
end
for
up-
other?
You don't wear socks in gi, right? Like,
I-
what's different about your feet?
Well, I always
You
end
wear
up.
socks
I mean,
to
not
bed.
not my feet. Not my feet. I'm so sorry. My knees.
There's a difference between feet and knees.
You can wear knee sleeves.
I'm
So-
not gonna lie, I like spats or
Or
tights.
spats.
Yeah,
Or
yeah.
whatever. Like spats
Yeah.
makes it
Wear
sound
some
like
tights,
it's cool.
man. You'll
It's
be
still
okay.
tight.
Yeah, right.
Get some-
Because
get some purple
You
tights.
get the mat burns,
Yep.
right?
Yeah.
And have you
No.
ever do you remember? I'm not gonna say have you ever. Do you remember when you go take a shower, and your knees and your ankles and your elbows are fucking ripped from the mat?
Man, I don't know who Matt is, but I don't want to meet him.
No, really. It fucking hurts. It's like
Mine, I've only got
So
Matt
that's-
burn on my toes.
Yeah.
I've been fortunate not to have on my knees. I've had a couple on the elbow for sure.
I got a little bit at the knees on Wednesday, but I've been out
Yeah.
for like 2 months rehabbing.
oh,
But
yeah.
my
Yeah,
toes.
So you gotta
First
have the
day.
calluses, right? So
Yeah.
I just gotta work
That
through
big
it.
toe takes so much abuse.
Yes.
Oh yeah, that one has a callus.
Like,
That is-
hey,
that's
there's cauliflower, but I think there's also you can tell when somebody's toe has been scarred and rescarred and scarred and rescarred from mat burned because it layers up. So It looks like welding, when you're like
Yeah.
stack.
Like when you're learning
when
a
you're
shitty
learning-
weld. you're
Yeah.
just like,
hey, as long as it holds, the weld is
the
good.
weld is good. Good job, skin.
a grinder and paint make me get a welder I ain't.
Yeah.
Cover it up.
Yeah. If you ain't welding, you're grinding.
Yup,
If
yup,
you're
yup.
grinding, you ain't welding.
You've seen my welds.
Yeah. I have.
Apparently.
Where are you?
You're describing them accurately with the grinder and paint.
So what we're gonna do is the
Affirmation.
affirmators. Here, I'll just shuffle them really quick. Because now they're just random.
Man, hey, the power's still there.
Huh?
The power
Power's
is still there.
So now he gets
The
them.
magic
You're going
cards.
to pick one, and you're going to attempt to read it.
Okay.
Yeah, if you got a good radio voice.
Because
I don't think anyone could top Odin's radio voice, to
No.
be fair. Like, I'm not even going to try at this point. That is a majestic unicorn, though.
This is
Wow.
Be happy.
the electric unicycle.
Like, I get to pick anyone, right?
18, 18-inch self-balancing mono. Oh, it's called a mono wheel. It's a mono wheel. See?
3.5, 3.25 air
We're gonna go with this
suspension.
one right
Yeah.
from the middle.
All right, let's go. Let's go. Here we go.
Courage.
Ah.
No one is fearless. No one. But even though I'm not fearless, I am courageous. When fear shows up, I don't run away from it. I use my courage to conquer it. My courage allows me to walk right up to the fear and kick it in the nuts. I almost had it till you laughed at it. They quickly hide behind something bigger until it goes away. And it is a mouse in underwear and a cape.
That
Oh,
is,
that's
That is my new
hilarious.
favorite.
I am fucking.
Man, I
I'm
almost had
getting
it
motivated.
together.
I'm
Yeah.
motivated. I want to go kill something. Courage. No, wait. Kick it.
Kick it in the nuts.
The fear.
Kick
And the
nuts in
fear
the
goes
fear.
away and hide behind something bigger.
Hashtag.
Kick it in the nuts.
Kick it in the nuts. It does say that.
Oh, it
I
does.
can't-
I didn't make it up.
Oh my god. This one's epic.
Courage. We weren't talking about courage, were we?
Man, what Mr. Ben does for Spurbury takes a large amount
Oh,
of
yeah.
courage. So
Thank
first
you.
off, I definitely want to
Thank you for your service.
Thank y'all for y'all's.
No, thank
y'all
you.
did a lot of
Doctor.
work for us. Doctor.
Doctor.
They're just in the desert somewhere now.
Dude, this is legit.
I like
I've
that
never
one.
so. I love the affirmative cards because I do this at work as well.
Mhm.
I don't. I
You make
hate
your people
saying it.
do this?
I don't make anybody do this. I had courage and brought the deck to them. Like I got one. I was like, you know what?
With the unicorns and everything to the construction site.
Yeah, to the construction
Yes.
site. Yeah, man. I have an amazing project team, and I was like, man, we try this on my podcast. It's amazing how this deck works. You know, it's a lot of times whatever we talk about ties into what
Yeah.
the card has, and it's creepy. I said, I want to try it here. I said, it's nothing but positivity and fun. And we started it, and God, man, God bless them. They've on days when I'm not even there,
They do.
they do it.
Nice.
Right. So, and we have a cork board, and each card gets stacked, and we pass the box around. Dude, it's been so much fun.
That's when you know you have made an impact, when you're not there and they want to continue.
I
I'll
just
have to
think
look
it's
for
fun
this on
because they look
Amazon.
forward to
I'm
it.
going to use it with my guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's two versions. There's like a half deck of this,
Mhm.
like a 50, and then they got the 100 one. It's so much fun.
Yeah.
It does take courage just to even like, all right, I know I don't want to do this, but I've got to do it. So
You got to
and I-
read it.
yeah.
And then, like,
kick it in the nuts.
they're tough.
Kick it in the nuts.
That
For
is
some of
awesome.
us, it's tough to read.
Reading
Yeah.
can be hard.
Reading can be hard.
Right? Yeah, that was it.
Back it up, down, down.
Courage.
Going down, down, down.
No one
There
is
you go.
fearless. Yeah, no one is fearless.
That
That's
is
dope.
what it is. It's you.
That's
There's
gonna
a
look
job
good on
to
the wall.
do. You do the
Mhm.
job that you have to do. Like you've got people that support you in it. You've got a good team, and it is what it is.
Yeah.
And it's fun.
It's interesting to watch the new recruits come in. They're so young. Like when
Mhm.
they go on patrol, it's like, damn, you could be like my kid. It's
Yeah.
such a trip. Before
Yeah.
it was like, okay, they look my age. Now it's
Yeah.
like,
Like
Yeah.
I'm not that old, right? Like I get, I'm old, but I'm not old, right?
Mhm.
Compared to people, but like these new kids, like
yeah, the new
Mhm.
kids.
they're still like 25, right? Like
Mhm.
25, 26. So they're the new kids. They're
Yeah.
the babies. They're still learning. Same with the SWAT kids. Like they're the new kids. They're learning the new things. Like it's cool, but hey, okay, it's gonna end at one time, right?
Yeah.
But we have to teach them
Yeah.
how to carry on those skills and how to handle that and
Yeah.
how to have that courage and what that looks like and what that looks like to trust your
Mhm.
partners and trust your teammates and know that people are going to be there to do the job with you and around you. And you don't realize shit is scary or damn, that was close until after
Oh,
it's done.
man, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, oh, Oh, that was close.
Yeah. When you
Yeah.
chuckle and you're like, that was close.
Yup.
Hey, move on.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah,
Yup.
that was dumb.
Yup.
Maybe I could have done it this
This
way.
way.
You see,
but-
Bill, he almost died. I know, right? But he's here.
How did you not?
Good for you.
That's cool. Well, yeah, that's, and how many years?
14
Man.
at Spurbury.
That's Burberry.
It's been good. I hit the right stride with Spurbury when I started, and I've been able to do a lot of different things.
You've seen it grow.
Oh, yeah. We've grown
Like,
crazy fast.
yeah.
And for only doing the job for 14 years,
Yeah.
the amount of variety I've been able to have and be where I'm at is a testament to the agency and willing to
Yeah.
trust people, but also some of it's luck. Like I was able to move and do some different things and be in the right place at the right time as we were starting different things and trying new things and expanding, and
Yeah.
it's opened a lot of doors to travel for training, and
Oh.
like I got to go to Arkansas for some really cool stuff that I probably normally wouldn't have gotten to, and other places like that. Like when I promoted to lieutenant, I'd only been a cop for 12 years. Like, there's not a lot of agencies my size
No.
where you're going to be at that level of leadership with only 12 years of experience.
Yeah.
I've been very fortunate and try and stay very humble, right? Like I'm here because I've learned a lot from people, but I still a lot I don't know.
Yeah.
And I'm going to learn from the people who
And a good leader knows
are
that.
managing me,
Right.
right?
Mhm.
Yeah, a good leader trusts that.
Oh
he-
yeah, like I've got officers and sergeants under me who have more time as a cop and more experience and have done more things, and I want to rely on them, right? Like
Yeah.
they know what they're doing. I'm just here to help facilitate and
Yep.
make their job easier.
Yeah. It's a fun balance when you are in that position.
It's the dichotomy.
Dichotomy.
Tried to be
Oh my
Jocko.
God,
It's
Jocko.
dichotomy.
Dichotomy.
Good.
Little Richard and Jocko. thrown in
Good.
there.
Extreme ownership.
Extreme
Have you guys read
ownership.
those books?
Yes, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just,
Yeah.
just checking. 'Cause
Yeah, no, I had the opportunity to go see him, and it was great. It felt weird because I got so used to listening to him, and
Yeah, I
then
can
to
imagine.
hear him like, man, you're right there.
Yeah.
You know, his face wears that emotion. Like, you
Did
know,
you go to one of the musters?
No, he was playing. He played. Or I played.
Oh, we
he-
did that thing in Austin.
Austin, yeah.
I couldn't get to. I didn't
about
even
3 or
chance
4
to get tickets to grab
I
it.
got lucky through
Yeah.
work, and they're like,
Yeah.
"Hey, man, it was in the peak, kind of towards the peak of it, Jocko, and I'd already gotten
Yeah.
a little bit earlier, so they all knew I was aware of it because I had the book at work, and
Yeah.
so they're like, "Hey, man, you like the Jocko Willick?" I'm like, "Yeah." Like, hey. He's getting ready to come here and do his thing, his podcast or whatever here in Austin.
Nice.
You interested? I'm like,
Yes.
duh.
duh.
Do I
Yeah, and it actually, man, the tickets were good. I was really impressed. But
Nice.
it was fun to share that with the group of guys you work with. You know.
Yeah.
But man, everybody, him and everybody in his crew look so serious. Like, oh my God,
That's
how can
their
you walk
MO,
around with
yeah.
that much seriousness?
Very intense.
Very,
All the
yes,
time.
intense.
Very
Yes.
intensely.
What is that? The Lego movie, the Batman character. What does it say? Like I even think he's like, I gotta look intense or whatever he says. You know, like that's how they look.
Yeah.
But you know, like if I like, hey, I'm gonna try to jump through this door. Yeah.
No.
You're gonna keep going and going. But those guys are enormous.
They don't look small, even on camera. I can imagine.
No, like you see so much footage, like at the like SEALs and Buds or
Yeah.
something like
Yeah.
that in basic training. You kind of see some movies, but man, them door kickers are nobody you want to come across because that's an ogre.
It's so funny. Like, I don't know if it's just service dependent or where you're at. Like, I've got some buddies I work with now who were in the Army and did some of the special things, and like a lot of them, like so many of those guys, you just look like normal dudes.
Yeah.
But something about the SEALs, man. Good hair and big arms. I don't know.
It's pecs and decks. Let's go.
Saw that time on a ship with
Yeah.
nothing else to do but work out,
Work
I
out,
guess,
yeah.
right?
Hey, they're all right.
They're okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
They're
mean, they were
Navy.
inspired by the Marines.
Navy.
They're no
yeah.
MARSOC, but
Yeah,
Yeah.
no.
It's all good.
Somebody's sock.
somebody's sock.
Uber. There are Uber drivers. Take us around the world.
Yeah. It's just MARSOC's just an acronym for Marine Sock. They just couldn't get past it.
Right? I mean, Marines are still the Department of the Navy, right?
Yeah.
we're their boat ride. We're the
Yeah,
Uber.
they're the Uber.
We're the Uber of the military. So is the Air Force.
Yep.
They carry a lot of
Yeah.
shit.
Yeah, I'll keep it civil. We'll keep it. We'll end it on.
I don't
that.
have a dog in this fight officially. We've got family that was Army, Air Corps, Army, or then Air Force, and then we've got family that was Navy. So
I mean,
Is it Air Force or Chair Force? Like
he was
there's-
Army, Air Corps,
Oh,
sir,
so-
and then Air Force. He did both sides.
that's like
pre and post World War
OG.
II.
So that's
Yeah.
That was Grandpa.
Yeah,
Yep, he was
the
Army,
OG.
Air Corps in World War II, then Air
Damn.
Force in Korea.
we're watching that new Apple series.
Oh, the new Tom Hanks one.
Yeah, it's
I
about.
don't remember what it's called.
It's like
but
the Band of Brothers, but for the Air Wing.
No shit.
It's
I haven't even
really
heard of
good.
it.
Same time frame, right before or leading up to D-Day.
That's before they
like-
had internet and Wi-Fi in the barracks.
Yeah, they're actually like, but it's nice because you go through like this entire Air Wing struggles. Like,
Yeah.
man, they were going up with 35 planes, come back with like 12.
Yeah.
Like, and then hey, reinforcements didn't show up, so hey, 12, you need to go back out there and come back. It's like to the same spot. You just, man, war back then.
It was different.
A difference.
It's
And
crazy.
what's really cool is like the scenes, right? So they're in the bomber, and you know back then everything's prop planes and all that, but like you would see like the enemy aircraft, in this case Germany, because they're flying over Germany and all this theater, and all was really cool is you're in the bomber, you're like looking out see what they see, and all you see is like hundreds of like contrails swooping like at a higher altitude. Now they're coming in full speed, just swoop, and it looks like fingers just scraping the sky. And a couple of the fighter scenes, like the dogfight, I don't know how anybody survived that. It literally
Yeah.
looks like they put a bunch of like hundreds of airplanes in one spot, put it in a blender, and one's chasing and the bombers are like shooting across. I'm like, dude, you're just gonna lace up your own, your neighbor,
Yeah.
and you're probably hitting a friendly aircraft. But I mean, it's survived. Them dudes were nuts.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no doubt.
Those
Yeah,
dudes, cojones.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
different times.
Different generation.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
But
for sure,
I mean,
100%.
from a romantic side of battle, there will never be anything ever like that from a mechanical perspective.
No.
Except it'll be drones, but it'll be
Yeah.
but it won't be the same like man flying machines that were so good at what they were doing that they can fly through all that crap, whoop some dude's butt, go find another one, protect. I mean,
Yep.
cool. Oh, hey, by the way, I'm flying the plane. Wow, I got my eye, I've got my eye on this site, and you gotta, I don't know.
What's the name of that show? I need to watch it.
I can't remember it now.
I don't know, but I'm gonna look it up. It's on
Band of
Apple.
Air Brothers.
Band of Air Brothers.
Yeah, Band of Air Brothers. We're so horrible.
Sorry, Tom.
I'm like that. Like I suck for like movie watching because I'll have watched the movie, don't remember like the name or anything of it until about 5 minutes in. I'm like, oh, I've seen this one, because someone's all excited. Anyway, sorry.
It's all good. It's all good. Don't worry.
Thank you.
We are out of time, so we
Good.
need to wrap this up. We are going to hand it over to Mr. Ben Grizzly. I like Ben Grizzly.
Ben Grizzly.
That's his jiu-jitsu nickname. Ben
I'm not
Grizzly.
that hairy, though. Like, there's a
But
lot
you're
of
like-
hairier grizzlies here.
You're like big, fucking badass.
I'm
tall.
like lanky.
Oh, are you like it? No,
I
you're
don't
not
know.
like it. Oh my God. Okay.
I don't
done.
feel like an ultra heavy. Let's put it that way. In my mind, I'm still like 1 or 2 weight classes down.
Yeah, but you're part of the Grizzly crew.
That's true.
So
Yeah,
You're
New
a
The
Grizz.
Zoom Grizzlies.
New Grizzlies. You earned it.
Grizz.
It is a thing.
yeah,
Not
so-
many people have that title.
Nope. And it's a special title. Any parting words, sir?
No, man. I'd love to come back. It was a good time.
Yeah.
I feel like we just scratched the surface of all the things.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
It was a lot of fun.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure.
And
You
did we ever find the name of the show?
Oh yeah,
still-
You looked it up and then you left me
Jamie.
hanging.
No, I
Like,
didn't even
come
start
on.
looking it up because he cut
got
in. He was like,
distracted.
"We're out of time."
You have to find it and tell me after because I'm gonna have to look it up
Apple
later.
TV.
That's fine. Just look it up later and tell me.
Oh no, I'm
Well-
about to find it. You're masters of the air.
Masters of Air. Okay.
All right, I'm gonna start watching
So
it.
close.
As soon as I'm done with
This podcast.
Warrior.
Warrior.
I love Warriors.
Warriors. Good.
You're not eating, so you have plenty of time for shows.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I can't wait till tomorrow.
Less
6
time to
p.m.
think about it if you're watching lots of shows.
6 p.m. Yeah, 6 p.m. I could eat tomorrow. So Friday night dinner.
What are you eating?
Boom. I don't know. Whatever I want.
I would have that planned out like at the
Oh,
beginning of the
yeah.
fast. I know what I'm breaking it with.
Yeah.
Oh, it's gonna be
100%.
eggs. Probably eggs.
Lame.
Just eggs.
It would be like red meat.
Eggs on a like big burger.
No, because you have to.
I don't
ease
care
into it.
like how it's going to affect me. It's going to
Yeah.
be red meat.
Yeah, red meat.
Then Saturday, I'm good all day. Like I can eat all day.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Oh, you can do it again?
Donuts,
Yeah,
pizza.
then,
Like, is this just going to be your life now?
I repeat. Yeah, until I drop a little more weight.
Okay.
Yeah. So
It's a way.
Starving
It's
yourself.
a way.
Starving yourself.
May not be right or wrong.
That's all
as
right.
we say
no,
at
because
work
I
sometimes.
reload. No, I have plenty of.
Yeah, you have plenty
Fuel.
of stores.
I got
Please.
stores. I still got some stores. You got to get rid of them. I started getting. I thought my estrogen levels were going up. I
I thought
started
you've just been doing bench a lot.
No, I started getting like right here, like the flabby. Like what the fuck? Am I that?
Yeah.
Am I becoming that?
Hey, there's a
No,
pasture.
sir. You're
Just
still
go-
beautiful.
Just
Oh,
go
thank
take
you.
yourself to the pasture. You're fine.
Pasture.
Pasture.
What's that pasture?
The
Glue
one-
factory?
The one you go out into when you're done.
It's the glue factory.
Glue factory.
All right.
Take it out to the pasture.
You know glue was originally made from horses, right?
Yeah.
So you
Okay.
take them out of the
That's
pasture.
Cool. Yuck. I don't know what to say.
Courage.
Kick him in the nuts.
Kick him in the
Kick them in the nuts.
parting word, sir.
Kick them in the nuts.
Kick him. That's your
Uh,
parting word. All right. And on that note,
The best way to end.
kick him in the nuts.
Kick him in the nuts.
Yeah, I think we barely scratched the surface. I also
sure.
feel that we've you're one of the personalities we do see quite a bit, so we do get an opportunity to talk. So I do want to share more with you on our next time, so we
Yeah,
can
for
get
sure.
that information out to those folks. But thank you for your service for Spurbury. I've been in this town roughly. We came in the beginning of 2007.
Hands before me, way before
Damn.
me.
Yeah, so
Impressive.
I've worked with some of your compatriots.
Mhm.
I've known them for years, and there's no better group of ladies and gentlemen to protect our town. So
Thank you, sir.
So,
I am blessed to work where I work, and I have a lot of people way better than me that I get to work with and support, and just hope to live up to their expectations for it. So thank you.
yeah, and I always brag about Leander. I said, it's not bad. You don't have the pressures, per se from like government or that stuff. But anyway, so thank you for that, Luis. Again, thank you.
Thank you for your service. Thank you,
Doctor.
Doctor. No, seriously, appreciate you joining us today. It was fun. It was a lot of
Absolutely.
fun, and we're gonna have to do it again
For sure.
Yeah.
very soon. You know what I'm thinking? Next one we're gonna have Ben and the other Grizzly, Travis. That would be fun.
That'd be fun.
Travis is a good feller.
I would like to get the German on.
The German.
Good, yeah, Ben.
Yeah, David.
David, he's a character. I like David.
Yeah, that's a story I want to know more of.
So on 3, 2, 1.
L.
Pinche Podcast. Oh shit, that was
We're late.
What button am I hitting?
Dude, that